see about Colton McKivitz, but that is a big area here to keep the quarterbacks upright. But boy, when you got so many weapons here, the spacing they're going to have offensively with Debo, with Ayuk, with Chris, that's the thing. Christian McCaffrey. He's entering his first training camp with the 49ers.
I can't wait to see
And
him.
I think, as you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ, FM, and AC1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download that bad boy, the Odyssey app. Your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. Steve Weiss, NFL Network, will join us in 27 minutes here to talk about training camp. He talked to Shanahan last week about the quarterback position. We'll get his thoughts about the quarterback position at 7:30. But boy, I don't think people realize how good Christian McCaffrey was before he got traded here. He got lost in Carolina. We saw him a lot at Stanford. It was like, boy, he's going out to the East Coast. What a player. Probably should have won the Heisman Trophy. They gave it to Derrick Henry. He gets traded here, and he gets ready for the Kansas City game, and we saw right away what a difference maker he was. Hell, he's the guy who kept the Niners in the game against Philadelphia back on January 29th in the title game. Christian McCaffrey is a big-time difference maker. He's going number one on all the fantasy boards.
Oh, no doubt.
Number one, no doubt about that. But just in terms of football player, playmaker, he takes this offense to another level.
Oh, he's incredible. I find it very fascinating. We hold the quarterback position to this standard, this ridiculous Joe Montana gold standard that almost feels impossible to even come close to, right? Because of what Joe did and how great he played. Why are we not the same snobbery over the running back position? Because it feels like, to me, we say this, the narrative around by a lot of the media people, running back doesn't matter. Tell Joe Montana that Roger Craig didn't matter. Tell Steve Young that losing Ricky Waters didn't matter.
Yeah.
Tell Steve Young losing Garrison Hurst didn't matter.
On the first
Tell Alex Smith Frank Gore didn't matter.
Right.
And you're going to sit here and tell me that Christian McCaffrey isn't one of the greatest players. Like, I mean this when it's all said and done, I don't know about resume, but in terms of putting on a Niner uniform, he's going to be one of the greatest players to put on a Niner uniform ever. In terms of what he can do on a football field.
He's got a lot of work to do because there's been a lot of great Niners, but I hear what you're saying.
You get what I'm getting at?
I hear what you said because
he's
this
created
guy,
a lab.
He's what we thought Reggie Bush would be in the NFL.
100%.
I mean, this guy's a 3-down player. He swings out.
He's the modern Marshall Faulk.
He can run routes, the Texas route. He catches the ball better than damn near probably anybody. Probably has the best hands on the football team.
Yeah, he can
run between the tackles. He's strong. He keeps his legs moving. Think about what he did with the 49ers in 11 games.
Give it to me. Give me the numbers.
159 carries, 746 yards. He averaged 4.7 yards a pop. 4.7 yards a pop. But then you add the passing game, which has been the missing element. This is why Shanahan went out to try to sign Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
And Jerick McKinnon tears his ACL a week before the Minnesota game back in 2018 because he wanted a running back who can catch the ball out of the backfield. So you think about Christian McCaffrey, 52 catches, 464 yards, another 4 touchdowns. He had 10 total touchdowns in the regular season alone. Christian McCaffrey is the guy. He's going to open it up for Debo. He's going to open it up for George Kittle, for Brandon Ayuk. He is a guy that defenses now, when they look at San Francisco, they say, boy, we got a game plan for Kyle Shanahan, and they got number 23, Christian McCaffrey. What are we going to do here?
There were multiple times that they had Debo and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield simultaneously. But my favorite plays last year, and they did it on third down, it was 3 different times, once with Jimmy G and twice with Brock. You're going, hey, we don't have a slot receiver, right? That's I think a lot of Niner fans, we don't really have McCaffrey's your slot receiver.
Yeah.
And they started him off in the backfield, and on third down, split him out, got him one-on-one with a linebacker, and it was just a little wiggle route or a little slant route, and then boom, here, we need 3 yards, boom, let me hit you. Dude, Christian McCaffrey is one of my favorite players of all time. Already.
It just bugs me when we think about the running back position.
Dude, he's such a baller.
And we're going to take some calls here. 888-957-9570. Why wouldn't you want a home run hitter in the backfield? You think about these good teams here. Like Pacheco was a difference maker in the Super Bowl. Without Pacheco, now it starts with Mahomes, no doubt about it. Don't get it twisted. But Pacheco kept them on schedule against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hell, Miles Sanders played well. They let him walk to Carolina. They swing a deal for DeAndre Swift. You don't think that scares a living heck out of everybody in the NFC East? Saquon Barkley, home run hitter in the playoffs. Minnesota was a lot better when Dalvin Cook was rolling. So I just don't get this whole thing about the running back position where you don't want to pay them, yet you want to give them the ball 20 to 25 times a game. Raider fans are going to find out. The Raiders are going to find out boy, without Josh Jacobs, man, our offense is just different. And now, what do you do in the defense when you play the 49ers? You can't go 8 in the box because you have Debo, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle. So you go with a light box against Christian McCaffrey. He's going to carve you up. He will. The guy's averaging damn near 5 yards a carry.
Is he the best player on the team?
To me, we had this conversation the other day. He's in the running for best player on the team. He's in the player for. He's in the running for one of the best players in the NFL.
And Trent Williams, I mean, you can make an argument the Niners have 2 of the top 5 guys, not quarterback, on one side of the ball, and 2 of the top 5 guys on defense in Fred Warner and Nick Bosa.
Well, he set the tone.
Is that a crazy statement?
No, it's not a crazy statement at all. It's actually the obvious statement here when it comes to Christian McCaffrey.
I love Fred Warner
the 15 carries, 119 yards against Seattle the wild card weekend. You think about what he did against Philadelphia, 80 yards. That run to tie the game in the second quarter.
Opening the field up for Debo, opening the field up for George Kittle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, even as a decoy, the guy's a superstar.
Think about how we flipped the season last year. The Niners were 3. It basically fell to 3-4. They're going to L.A. to SoFi Stadium, going into the bye week. In that game against L.A., the 3 touchdowns, the passing touchdown, the rushing touchdown, the catching, the receiving touchdown, his hands. What about the catch against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the pylon deep down the field for Brock Purdy? Christian McCaffrey, folks, is a baller.
How about the run against Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game? I mean, Bonta, what I'm saying is that might have been one of the greatest runs. If they win that game, don't we look back at that run and we say to ourselves, that might be one of the greatest runs in Niner history?
I just said that. He kept them. He tied the game at 7-7 in the quarter, and the crowd was quiet.